Greetings. Elder Black Light, the motivator. We own these snakes in the garden, snakes in the temple of Allah, the original Asiatic black man. We gotta get rid of these snakes. So we gonna let the snakes eat up the snakes. Then we gonna turn loose that mongoose. You know, now pigs, they fight snakes too. So anyway, you see young Pharaoh and Nature Boy. That's when they was hanging out together. They was cool. They was tight as thieves. You know, thieves in the temple. Pharaoh graduated from Nature Boy and he started hanging out with Polite. But he was always up in Seti's joint. Then the only one he ain't fell out with yet is Seti. But he bounced around from nigger to nigger. Not nigga, but nigger. Coon niggas. And his name was Young Pharaoh Allah. So he must have been hanging out with some Muslims at one time. So this was kind of far back. This is around the time I started messing with YouTube, and my grandson introduced me to this tablet. And I started exploring, you know, with it, and I ran across Sinetta. They all was cool back then, you know. Then gradually they started beefing with one another. But this was back a couple of years back in the day. Young Pharaoh trying to philosophize the science up on some philosophy, metaphysics, and whatever he heard some niggas talking about. I thought he was a little young agent back then, the way he bounced around from set to set. And you see Nature Boy look kind of different. You know, he looked more hardcore. You know, like he weighed a little more. He didn't have the dreads. Let's tune in to see what they're trying to philosophize about.
Proof to what I'm saying instead of just, because I know y'all like, well, all he said was XY chromosome. He ain't do how a black woman impregnate herself. Well, I'm going to tell you how the black woman impregnated herself, and then I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to further elaborate before I get into this bill on why you're so destructive. Look up parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis. Hit your voice app, see my phone? Hit your Google and say parthenogenesis definition. And it will tell you, long story short, when an organism can fertilize or impregnate itself without the help of a male counterpart. Now, I know a lot of people like to get fancy and say, well, it says that mammals can't do it. You don't study genetics or biology because you would know that we're not mammals. We have reptilian DNA. This is why the first part of our brain right here is called the reptilia. And guess what the first layer...
You know, both of these guys got Caucasian sponsors telling them what to say and do. They puppets. And this was probably staged too, because at one time they were running buddies. Now they debating each other. And young Pharaoh Allah, he was on the show. He was on the Sinana's format. He was on the phone, but he was listening in to a presentation by Mastermind Allah. Now you notice Mastermind Allah is from the nation of gods and earth. And on the other line was young Pharaoh Allah. So he probably was biting off of Mastermind Allah. But now he don't go by Allah no more. And he's attacking the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Mr. Farrakhan. And Mr. Farrakhan, you know, he is a known hypocrite. He ain't said it himself. But I can't see how he's attacking the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. No way. So this young guy right here is being sponsored by agents because Islam, period, no matter if it's those Orthodox Muslims or the Nation of Islam, they don't want Islam, you know, Trump, especially Trump, you don't want Islam to catch hold. It's on a growth anyway. It's the most rapid rising religion. But the way the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teach it, it's not a religion. It's just brothers being righteous. You know, being good to themselves and being good to their family, being good to each other. And that's our nature. So we acting other than self right now. So, you know, you could tell it's a white guy or a Caucasian pulling young Pharaoh's strings by the way he talks. This is Black Light.